Alright, so today on the Wonderful Lovely Gaming Just As Rock channel, previously, in our previous episode, we completed our, forested area, kind of completed a little bit of our house in this area. It's not quite the best place, but it is got some decent stuff in here. And the house is supposed to look like that. It's supposed to be a serpent living here, and that there's like a very little shrubbery and stuff, and that he's got his little minions over here, kind of thing. That's just kind of where he lives, in his where he has all his minions, keeps all his stuff, and his this is where he makes people curl and whatever and whatnot. And then we got this forest that surrounds the house that gives this misty look, and kind of where the house kind of makes it misty too. So let's get into our next theme. Now our next theme, now most of you, now I'm doing this simultaneously as the other thing. Now let's also, before we do, let's go into our mechanics. We're going to set up mechanic 1. Okay, we're going to have him. Mechanic 1 is going to be set up in his own thing. Let me find the thing here. So what we want to do is, for pathing, is we don't want him to come over into the pool or come over into this area. We only want him to stay on. We can have him come up to this point. In here. Once we get this done, I'm only kind of keeping him in this immediate vicinity. Now we're going to add a second guy that's going to come through here and do the same thing, but he's going to be more along the lines of staying within inside this area here. He is allowed. He's not allowed to go. Let's actually, I do want to, if we hit E, I want to come over here, and we're going to take out the outer rim of this area here a little bit. Because I don't want anything of it. You can take control of what's inside that area there, and you can take control of the food stuff down here. Okay? So anything that's involved into this housing area here will not be his to focus on. Let's make sure that we do get this path thing back in so that he can get through there. So this is where mechanic 1's gonna be. Okay, let's get into our second mechanic here. This guy's gonna be doing for now. We're gonna have this guy's gonna take this part of this area here, but he's also going to be expanding out to the out here. So we don't want to be, whoops. He's going to come out to this mirror maze up to the point. We don't want to go into too much detail with the thing. We want to keep them. We want to have at least, and then we'll have one that does all 3 of these areas. But I think just having him complete the take control. Now I'm also going to have him, he's also going to come in and take control of the area of influence for this right here as well. If we do have anything back here, I think we might eventually, if you guys said you want a roller coaster in here, we can get that in here. It's up to you guys, because I don't know if I want to put a roller coaster up here right at the moment. If I do, or feel that inspiration, I will later on. So okay, so that should be, because I'm going to clear, and I'm going to go all the way up to basically up to where the thing is. Whoops. So let's go and let's add in the rest of our portion here. Okay, that should be basically where our guy is going to come through. He will take up to the point of, let's take out the areas that don't have where he doesn't have the I don't want it being out in too much of the black area. So do that kind of thing there. Everything else should be alright, so that he can take control of that. Now let's go in and pick him up, and let's move him over here. Okay, let's get our next mechanic. Our next mechanic is going to be taking care of this area back here. Okay, so let's take control of this area back here. He's also going to be able to take control of this giant wheel. The reason why the giant wheel is not in any worlds at the moment is just because of there's nothing I really need to put in here. So he's also going to take control of whatchamacallit. We're going to have him take control of this area, as well as the shops down there, as well as that shop area. So I don't want to, so we want to basically fill that area up there. Let's take and place that up to that point. Okay, he's only going to take control of this area here. We also do need to find that he's also going to take control of the shops down in that area as well. For that mechanic. Now this mechanic over here is only taking control of these area. We will have one. Our next mechanic is going to take control of our last mechanic is going to be full and free of taking control of basically this shops here, and is also going to take control of the pool area. So anything within the pooled area, I'm going to page out a little bit, because I think if I can kind of get that all the way up to that point and add that in here. So now he has kind of gone into this area there. I don't want to put him in taking control of any of that area. I do want to keep him within this okay. So I want to make sure that he gets in there alright and decently. Making sure that all these spots that he has available to him to him. So let's go page in under here, and let's make sure that he can get, nope, see? He doesn't have that capability of getting back in here. Okay, so if he doesn't have it, we can also, let's go and hit, let's go back and page out. Let's go and hide, certain scene. Let's go and hide the scenery. And make sure that he's got this full place covered. Which it looks like he does, but I want to, nope, he does not. Okay, making sure that he's got this whole place solely covered, because we don't want any of people getting through. Let's go back into our janitor 3. Now these mechanics 3, I should say. If you look at that, we're going to take that and we're going to cut out basically this part here. Because we don't need him back there anyway, and there's nothing really for him to do back there, so let's place that in there. Let's make sure that we've got everything fully completed for him in this area. Let's, so that I don't, okay, nice indeed. So now we've got our mechanics roaming around, however people still like it. Let's do our janitors similar in the same way. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take our one janitor and we're going to have him let's go page out. I know where our pool line's at, so if we can kind of add that up to that point, and then we'll do the same thing for over here. So you can get, you'll also take control of that area there. So we'll put a couple of janitors back in here. So janitor 1, janitor 2 is also going to take the same path as, you know, as this guy. So we don't want to we want to make sure that everybody has that, everybody's getting nice clean food. Okay, now this kind could possibly be giant face when consider moving your mechanics, or let's check mechanic. Our mechanics 3 is the one that we need to focus. See what? Why can't he get to why can't he get there? Yes, he can. One. Mechanic 4. So I don't know what it's talking about, but let's make sure this is that one. Okay, so let's go page out. Let's see what can we. Yeah, so that's right. Thinks one has been fixed. Yeah. Oh, this mechanic is that mechanics 4, and it's over here in that area. So I don't know what's the problem with this mechanic not being able to get to the giant's Ferris wheel when mechanics 1, no, I think it's mechanics 2, I believe. No, mechanics 4 maybe? No, it's mechanics 3. And I don't know why, but he should now be able to get over there. So I don't know what's the problem. I'm gonna add that there just because I don't know what. Oh, okay, I see. There we go. There we go. Okay, we fixed it. We fixed it. Okay. So let's go back to our janitor 2. Making sure that we got him in the right spot. What I'm doing right now is clearing the scenery for good reasons. Drainage for the, I know. Okay. So our next one is we're going to take, this guy's going to take control of this area from here all the way basically down to here. And it will also take control of this path along that side there, but it's not going to take control of any other path. Janitor 3 is what's currently being done. Janitor 4 is Janitor 4 is going to follow the same path that this janitor is going to take, minus the back row, which we do need to go back and fix but we're getting there with our janitors. We're doing pretty well, making sure that our janitors are getting everywhere we need. I'm not going to say let's hire another janitor. This janitor is going to take control of this area back here. So let's go page out a little bit. We're going to take it and no, that's fine. It's that I don't want this being part of it. Actually, the back here, it can be this part as well. Okay. We also need to make sure that we get... No. Also need to make sure that he's got the ability to clean that area up there. We want to make sure that nothing is left behind back here. So let's go, we're going to go up to this point up to there. And then through there. Then let's go through up in this area. And then we're also going to have this guy's also going to take the edge of this part right there. When we have our other janitor, he's only going to take control of the paths. He's not going to take control of and that's, let's go and let's add our final sixth janitor. We're going to take and we're going to do the same thing. But I don't want to... Let's just do this there, and then let's just go and add the spots in where we have the same janitor doing the same amount of work. So let's go, we're going to go and we're going to extend it out to there. And then we're just going to make sure that everybody has that equal opportunity to get through. So, you know, we don't want to having double janitors in its area of influence or walking in the same area is better than not having one, just having one. So if you are trying to do like with a certain area in a park, make sure you have two within that area, because if you don't, it's going to take a lot longer for that other janitor to go through and say, hey, I'm just having too much work. So in that sense. So this janitor, once we place him down, he's going to take control of the main entrance here. Oops. He's going to take only the main part of the entrance. And he's going to take control of that. And then he's also going to take control of the area back there. So we don't want too much. Now that janitor is gonna have the janitor doing that is gonna be. He doesn't have a large area, and that's why I kind of gave him that little path down there to work with, giving them a little bit, because a lot of more people are tending to use this path a lot. So that's why I'm kind of doing that. We're gonna add one more janitor, our 8th janitor. We're gonna rename these janitors here soon. So that we don't have to name them. Because what I do with my naming process for mechanics and janitors is I do it based upon, okay, those are the areas, that's where I have the janitors going. That's where they need to be. So it helps out in that sense. So we are actually doing pretty well. We're getting a lot of guests in here. We're kind of, it takes a lot out of me to put how much of the janitors in there. And then we're going to add one janitor is called, then I do one janitor for now. We'll have a janitor that just free roams. So we're going to call him, free roamer. We're going to call him free roamer. Free roamer. We'll just call him, we call him free roamer. Okay, is what we'll call him. He's free roamer. Janitor 9 is called free roamer. Janitor 1, okay. Janitor 1 takes care of, what's it say? It takes care of the candy, so we call him Candy 1. We'll call him Candy Janitor. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Right, because I want to, well, I guess we'll call him Candy Janitor. Candy Janitor. And then we'll throw in, so we throw in Candy Janitor. Then we need to check this guy's, influence. So he's going to be Candy Janitor 2. They get their, that's how they get their names. It's really nothing to be concerned with, how we do things around here. But this is going to be House Janitor, so this is going to be called, actually, Spooky House Janitor. Janitor 5 is probably going to be in that same area. Yep. So we're going to call him Spooky House Janitor 2. Okay. Then should be the Spooky Forest Janitor. So I believe so. Yep, this is the Spooky Forest Janitor. Spell it. Spooky Forest Janitor. This is kind of what I'm doing, is doing a little bit of maintenance around here. So Spooky Forest Janitor. Janitor 6 needs to be renamed to the same thing. So put 2 there, and then we'll say Spooky Forest Janitor 2. So we know what these guys are. Or 7 is going to be our pool, I believe. So we'll call him pool janitor. But he doesn't just control the pool, but we'll call it that way so we know that he covers the pool janitor. But he also does come out and cover up he covers up a large area, but unlike the others, it covers the same amount of area. So so pool janitor, and then number 8, he also is the pool janitor 2. So pool janitor 2. And we got our free roamers. So our mechanic 1 is going to be our house mechanic. So we'll call it spooky house mechanic. We only have 1 in each of these areas because we don't have so much rides. This one is going to be spooky forested. So this is going to be called spooky forest mechanic. Spooky forest mechanic. Okay. Mechanics 3. He is our candy mechanic. So we're gonna call him candy mechanic, basically. So mechanic 4 is gonna be, I think, our pool, I believe, right? Yeah, so he's our pool mechanic. Pool mechanic. Park inspector, we leave that alone. So we got candy janitor 1 and 2, free roamer. The reason why I have 1 free roamer is I let him free roam around the park. That gives him the opportunity to go and say, okay, he can do whatever he wants, but he doesn't have to stick to it. He doesn't have to stick to a plan. He's the only one for now. We'll usually add about 3 or 4 of those in our park, but because we have enough janitors, I don't want to spend too much time on getting that around. Now, doing pretty well. Let's also add our security person. We're gonna add him. We're gonna take our security personnel. He's gonna be our security person for both this and for this area, as well as we're gonna have 3 people taking control of the front entrance. So, of the frontal area, so that we don't, better the security to have than not have it at all. So let's put him in. I'm also going to add him into the pool area as well, because it's not that much of coverage. So if I do that, that's going to help a little bit. Now, we're having him take control of, basically, we're having these guys take control of the first part of this park. So, because we don't want too many people being focused in. We will throw in our other so this is going to be front security 1. So we'll call him front guard. We'll call him front guard. Front guard, and then we'll also call our security person front guard as well. So let's start from over here and go as far as we can get as much as far as we can get him to go. Because if we don't, So we got pretty much most of the front guard 2. He's going to be called front guard 2. Front guard 2. And for now, we only need 2 front guards. And then we're going to also add our higher free roamer. We're going to call it free guard. Okay, he's going to be called our free guard. Okay, for now. And we're also going to add our second free guard. Okay, so when we mean by free guard, that means he free guards wherever he chooses. Okay, we got front guard and front guard 2. Okay, and so that we don't have. Oh, candy. I spelled candy. Candy mechanic. Spelled candy wrong there. Let's make sure I said spell. Okay, we're good. So we kind of got our infrastructure done here. It should kind of help people around here get better into our life. It's going to help with security a little bit. So we don't want to have too much pain. I also do want to go in. Now if we go down, let's go, hold on. I can get down in here. Oh, that's why it looked weird. Is because, you know, we'll do that there. We'll round it off about there. So let's turn back on our nope, let's not cancel that. Let's turn back on our scenery. Thank you. So that we have people to, and I actually we're gonna clear that out there and there, because that's there so that people are walking to get that way, but I don't want them to walk around right at the moment. So we kind of got our mechanics done. Kind of doing some park structure here. Basically is what we're doing today. So let's get in our let's get in some of our spooky stuff in here. Let's go find some spooky. Let's better throw our spooky jokes down over here, more towards that area. I want to kind of draw a lot more people in over here to enjoy this wonderful, lovely scenery. We'll throw our spooky hats near towards that over there so that they can come in. Kind of draws them over here a little bit more. Over here, there isn't really anything over here, but I do want to let's look at this. Because I could throw a toilet over there. Let's kind of throw in some. Let's throw in our toilet down. Let's throw a toilet down there. Toilet down there. Kind of give them a sense of that there's toilets down over here, that nobody is really coming down here, but we can kind of give that the sense of that. We'll also add our spooky shakes down in this area as well. I'm going to put something. When you get off the ride, you can also choose to get your pumpkin pie. So you can come down here. When you get off, you can get some pumpkin pie. It gives us that sense of more people to come down over here and get their food and stuff. Gives them a incentive to come down this way right now. So right now we could do from here. Okay, that's weird. Let's hit E. Let's take this part out there. That's just weird. That's just weird. That's I've never had that happen to me in a game. That's just weird. Let's move our entrance and then move our entrance back there. That's weird. That is weird. So we got that fixed finally. So eventually we'll get things to being tested. When we get this fully finished, we'll go through the park and look at it at a whole. We're getting there to where we are getting filled up here. You know, so back here I want to kind of start kind of maybe expanding another like little forested area later on. Do like more of like a natural forest in the park, and we just happen to conform to it. So let's kind of extend our park a little bit. Let's do it with tarmac here. Okay, so we're gonna go all the way down here. We're gonna continue to keep going up until we get past the pool area. Okay? Alright, so our next theme that I plan on doing, since we did some park structure today, I really don't want to go and bore you guys too much longer. Or I should say, I don't want to keep you guys waiting too much longer. With our next scenery, with our next pot of scenery, we're going to probably do a sci-fi or a western theme. Or we might do a, not like a western theme, or we might do a, besides our western or sci-fi, or we might do our forested theme, or we might do our, pirate theme, or we might do is like our, but actually I do want to do this first, here, before we do go anywhere, is, let's go to Q. I want to take, look at this. I want to do, you see how we have this right here? What I want to do is I want to go and find our, dig tool. And we're going to take a 10 by 10 chunk. And I want to do it from right about there. And add in our chunk of, our little chunk. We're going to start going down a little bit this way. Because I wanted to bring it back, but I also wanted to be able to make sure that we had room. And then we're going to bring it down on one side. We're going to kind of like, it's like a little river here that's kind of gone down. Okay. Then I want to do one more going down like, down that far. Then what I want to do is we're going to go down in a little bit further down. Okay. Then what I want to do is, let's just try to keep it going down a little bit. Now what I want to do is, what we're going to do now is, this is going to be prepared for our next theme. So let's, we're going to go up here. We're going to add a little bit of a thing there. 7, so we go around, bring it down by 5. Okay, this is kind of preparing for our next theme. Okay. And I want to, where the river looks like it's getting larger from one end, but actually, you know, where is this 7 thing here? Let's go E. I want to take this and put it back to where it belongs, because I have something in mind. Okay. Let's go up a little bit with our size 7 here, and we'll go down to about a 5. And we'll go down inside a little bit, okay, where it has this little waterfall there, and then where it has this little water, and it kind of, spur of the moment, it's going to go out. Up that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill this up with water. Whoops, wrong thing. I'm going to definitely fill that up with water there. Okay, because it looks like that it's running a river, and that's what I want it to be like. And then we'll throw a thing up here where we have our waterfalls. And it makes it look interesting that the water is kind of, that there's a waterfall here and it's kind of flowing out that way, or coming in, whatever you like to deal with it. So it kind of gives us that little water fall down here, and that's kind of where I'm kind of wanting to put my natural forest, over on this side, over here. I haven't decided yet, but that's kind of one of the things that I really wanted to say, that that's actually going to kind of, we might do something where we go underwater, make our underwater like ride, and have like a little underwater ride under the water, or whatever. But I hope you guys did enjoy this little mini fixer-upper, kind of change a few little things, add a little bit. We're kind of getting there. We're kind of getting 2,122 people in our park. It's kind of going to keep growing. As you know, that we got some good scenery. I want to see if we can get up to 4,000 before the end of this, as much as we can. I don't want to go into too much detail, so we're just going to call it, we're going to call that monorail. We'll eventually be able to get that open soon. I'd like to get the areas down where our train is, so that like we might have, this might be our or in that sense, so that I don't want to, or we might have like, this is kind of going to be like our water theme. Like, you come down here and you have this water ride that you can take, and you have this thing here that goes through in the water and kind of gets it through. So I like and enjoy this ride. I hope you guys did enjoy. Please do remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys later.